Some people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusion destroyed. This is so true. I had a homegirl that wanted kids and wanted to be married, but she was already in her late 30s, geriatric pregnancies. She can't cook, and she only goes out with her group of friends. When she's out in public, she has her earphones on and she has a RBF. And she's the one that told me that she had the RBF, the resting itch face. So I was like, how do you? And she was adamant about finding a good guy. She makes over 100K, and she's not unattractive, but she's not a dime. She's not a dime. She's got a nice body, but I don't know. Like, she was kind of awkward. Once again, can't cook, not really funny, good person, but I mean, she's the type of person that if you date her, you have to carry the conversation, and you have to carry the conversation. You have to make the jokes. It's kind of like, I think that sometimes women are in their own bubble and echo chamber, and they don't actually understand how unapproachable or how like unqualified they are for relationships. And she wanted a kid, and I was like, why at this point? I was like, who would watch the kid? Who would, like, I was, I'm like, I know you make a lot of money, but you don't make enough money to hire a nanny. And she's like, well, my mom was a single mom, so I could do it. And I'm just like, well, daycare was cheaper, rent was cheaper, there were more people to help, and she just didn't want to hear it. Then when I started understanding that she was in an illusion is when I asked, I said, well, if you don't approach men, if you aren't where good men are, because good men typically aren't in lounges and bars, that's not where, that good men do go to a bar and a lounge, but not to find a wife. That's not where, good men find wives. That's where we find a good time for the weekend. So I said, how are you actively trying to find a man, or how are you trying to get a man to find you? She said, well, you don't look for a man. If you look for it, then you're not going to find it. The right situation will just find you. I said, what the fuck? I said, do you have that same approach with work? She said, no. I had to work hard and do this and do that. And I was like, well, why don't you take that same approach with men? Because everybody knows you're not supposed to look for a relationship. You're just supposed to stumble upon it. And I was just like, alrighty. So in my mind, I'm like, what fucking man would what man would feel grateful to stumble upon a middle-aged woman who can't cook, who wants kids? Like, that's a red flag. Most men got kids already. And then don't nobody want no geriatric pregnancy with a kid that's possibly gonna have health issues. Like, what the hell? But that was her reality. Like, I challenged her a little bit, but I let it go.